Thank you for listening and watching to the 10-Minute Checkpoint Podcast. Let's put 10 minutes on the clock. Let's go. Uncharted, the movie, finally released its full-length trailer for its movie. We're talking about, it feels like 10 years in the making, and this has been 4 years since the last time I made YouTube content regarding Uncharted, the movie. A lot has literally changed in those 4 years. I've literally had 2 kids in those 4 years. Naughty Dog themselves have released Uncharted 4, Uncharted The Lost Legacy, The Last of Us Part 2 in that time frame, and so much more has happened even to the movie itself. You had a lot of crazy different big name stars attached to the project. You had Chris Pratt. You had Ryan Gosling at one point. You even had Robert Downey Jr. playing Sullivan, rumored to be in this. And finally, when it's all said and done, it is settled to be Tom Holland, the golden Sony boy, the poster child, aka Spider-Man, becoming Nathan Drake. And you have Mark Wahlberg. That's right, that Mark Wahlberg being Sullivan, sans mustache. I guess his mustache came to me. And now I have the mustache. I have the power of Sullivan. So that is what's happening right now. It's very exciting. For one, I'm very doped about it. But what about the trailer? And a lot of you who click this video may be wondering, am I going to do reactions to the trailer? I've been bit in the butt when it comes to copyright and whatnot, even getting claims and whatnot. So we're just going to do a review for the Uncharted movie. And of course, expect a full-length review when it comes to Uncharted, the movie's release, which is going to be in February. Regarding the trailer itself, I'm pretty stoked about it. I'm a very super optimistic type of person, especially when it comes to movies and things on the sport, and especially coming to Uncharted. I'm not really married to the idea of this guy's to be Nathan Drake and this is how it's done. I, for one, am very cool and hyped about this because there's a couple of things when it comes to Uncharted. For me, all you have to do is nail the vibe of National Treasure. That's it. If you nail that vibe, that great Nicolas Cage movie, it's all about the Declaration of Independence. Whack impression of Nicolas Cage. I get it. All you have to do is nail that vibe of going to different locations, of just following different clues, like, oh my God, this is this. Oh my God, this is that. Let me go ahead and run this little off the crust. Boom, we got another clue off to another location. That's all it needs to do. And looking at the trailer itself, you see a lot of vistas. You see a lot of exotic locations. It feels like it is taking a kind of like a montage or a smorgasbord or whatever you want to call it in regards to all the Uncharted games itself. You have some pirate location, you have a beach location, you have the main city, looks like the Spanish church location, you have the high-rise modern location, and of course you have the cargo plane, which is the piece of the main course, so to speak, or the piece of the master class of, so to speak, or I'm looking for the word, the main attraction is the word in regarding to this trailer itself. Is like, hey, you're an Uncharted fan? Hey, you played Uncharted 3? Well, here you go. It is a cargo plane. The classic Nathan Drake, him dangling off the cargo train. It feels like it's a cutscene, literally, that starts off with Tom Holland kind of just blacked out from the high pressure and whatnot. And then he has this classic, oh crap, lines. It feels like Nathan Drake would say these kinds of things. And the only thing is, for me, when it comes to it, there's a couple of red flags about this whole entire thing. One, it's a video game movie, right? Video game movies traditionally don't do well. Not at all. I had some good vibes about it when Shane Black was attached to this picture. Shane Black from Iron Man 3 had Shane Black from The Nice Guys had his really great rapport, ability to cut into these really quippy dialogue between different people. I thought it was going to be good. And, all right, Shane Black's attached is going to be great. He drops out of the picture. You're like, uh-oh, what's going to happen? And so when you look at this entire vibe about it and you're thinking, okay, video game movie Uncharted, it's been delayed multiple times. That's a red flag in itself. Being a video game movie, red flag. Another huge red flag is Tom Holland himself said he's not confident in the picture. It's Spider-Man himself saying he's not confident in the picture. He said when he was shooting, he would oftentimes feel like he had to look really cool about it. Like he had to look cool, stand cool, because he thinks Nathan Drake's really cool. Yes, Nathan Drake's a really cool guy. Says a lot of cool lines, keeps it cool under pressure. Looks great in a long sleeve when it's drenched. I could understand the mounting pressure to feel like you have to be this cool video game character, this iconic PlayStation mascot. And when Tom Holland says he's concerned, I have to be concerned too. I mean, he was literally there on set. Am I right? Another red flag is Mark Wahlberg without a mustache. I know that's a weird thing to say, and I know a lot of people who are PlayStation fans are already dismissing the movie because that's Mark Wahlberg, but I think Mark Wahlberg's going to be pretty decent in this role. I think him being a mentor is going to work really well. I understand why they cast Mark Wahlberg, why they have Tom Holland. They're looking for a young cast to grow into the picture. That would be the optimistic path. Like, we could get maybe 2 more movies out of this whole thing. But Victor Sullivan without a mustache is concerning. I, for one, think that they're going to have a kind of, a riff off of that, a joke about that. Maybe at the end of it, he's like, hey, check out my mustache. Another awful actor impression. But eventually, Sullivan will get his mustache, and that will be a get hype moment. But let's go back to the trailer itself. You have the action set pieces looking really good. You have a lot of Nathan Drake looking at maps. You have a lot of kind of scenes literally pulled from Uncharted 4 type vibes. So you're seeing that they're respecting the source material just a little bit. Again, sans the mustache. You get first look of Chloe Fisher, which is very exciting, played by Sophia Ali. She looks great. She has the sass. I love Antonio Banderas. Antonio Banderas is my boy. Loved him in Desperado. Loved him in Once Upon a Mexico. Loved him in Puss in Boots. Antonio Banderas is such a great pickup because that's a key factor when it comes to Uncharted. The big bad, the villain, guy who's suave, and Antonio Banderas is suave. So that is going to be a huge villain to play off of for Tom Holland. He's going to be a very intimidating factor. We don't know if they're going to go into the like typical Uncharted. Are they going to go into the kind of mysterious, the supernatural type beat? If Antonio Banderas is going to turn into this mega crazy guy. Again, decent acting impression. You have Braddock, which is a new character played by Tati Gabrielle. She's going to be, of course, that secondary villain. The muscle kind of reminds me of Nadine, but she's not Nadine. And then, of course, you see here, we don't know if Elena is going to be in the picture at all. We don't know if the love interest is going to be there for Nathan Drake. But overall, you got to be happy about it. As a trailer, I think the pacing of it's set weird. It tries to do this modern thing, this meta, when it plays this rock music, and you're just like, why? You have, by far, one of the greatest themes of all time. Play it. Play the horns. It's Nate's theme. It's all you need. Show the trailer. Hit it. Titles. That's all you needed, Sony. You didn't need anything else. You didn't need anything else. But I'm really glad that they showed this full-length trailer, and it says exclusively in movie theater, so it will be exclusively in February. And then at the very end, they showed the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves, which is going to be their PC, their PlayStation 5, and that's going to be early 2022. I'm guessing it's going to come out around the movie in itself. Let me know what you think in the comments down below about Uncharted, the movie. And we cannot forget, this is the first kind of dipping of the toe of PlayStation when it comes to media here, when it has the television, the movies, and in regards to this new PlayStation Studios. That PlayStation Studios logo is pretty cool. We are going to have the Last of Us TV show, which I will do reviews for, which I'm really excited about. It gives me chills to see all the leaked stuff for the Last of Us TV show. And of course, whatever comes down the pipe from other movie iterations or other media iterations when it comes to PlayStation and its great mascot. So let me know in the comments down below. And if you're listening, be sure to rate the podcast really high. This has been the 10-Minute Checkpoint Podcast, where we're talking about anything underneath the sun of the movies, music, videos, sports, and sometimes wrestling. I'm your host, SanchoWest. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you around. Peace.